Greetings, thanks for watching Karen Clay. This is Somatic Unwinding and the Feldenkrais Method. We're on our second lesson that I'm calling Couch Potato because we get to work lying down on a couch. How about that? It's slightly different than you might imagine. We're actually working with the hips flexed, lying down over the front of the couch because it's an incredibly comfortable position and it's a great way to mobilize the pelvis and the head and the spine in between. So if you weren't here last time, make sure you watch that segment first. And I'll just review. You want something that's as high as the front of your hips. That could be a bed. It could be a huge armchair. It could be a couch. It needs to be deep enough so that you can lie completely at length. So you'll notice that I took away this couch cushion. Here's the cushion that's on this side, but I took this one away. You may need something under your knees if the surface is too high. You can raise yourself up by putting something under your knees. And we will begin. Come and lie on your back. Lengthen your legs. Sense how you're beating the ground. Sense the weight of your pelvis and whether your pelvis is maybe weighted more on one side than the other, or your heels are weighted more one side than the other. And then would you slide your right heel along the floor, lengthening your heel away from the top of your head, and then the other side. So you're moving your heels away from the top of your head, one heel and then the other with the legs straight. Very small movement. Noticing if that moves in any other part of your body or if it's just limited to below the pelvis. And then please roll to your side. Come forward onto your couch surface or bed or chair. I'm going to call it a couch just so I don't use a bunch of words. You'll understand what I mean. Because my couch slopes backward a little bit, I've had to put another pillow here. So just do what you need to do to be comfortable. Let's lengthen forward on the couch. Turn to your more comfortable side with your palm down and your elbow bent when you're on your comfortable side and your arm long on the other side. And then let's start again by walking the feet. Walking the knees. Very small movement. Lifting one knee away, pushing one knee in. So try the movement this way. Try thinking that the movement is about lifting a knee. If the instruction is lift one knee. And then try the movement thinking push one knee. Push one knee into the ground. Change the movement for you. Do you like thinking about it one way better than another way? Which side do you move more on? What I mean is when you press your right knee, does your spine move more, or is it when you press your left knee that your spine moves more? You can feel yourself shifting, the front of yourself shifting over the seat of the couch. Good. Now, once again, move the knees like windshield wipers, the feet like windshield wipers, to the right and to the left. So you're sliding your toenails on the floor, shifting the feet to the right and to the left, feeling how that changes the weight through the front of your pelvis. And then come back to center. And would you walk your feet apart? Right, left. The feet come further apart. Make sure that you are using the front of your pelvis
firmly on the front of the couch and on the corner of the couch. If you can't feel that, this is going to be really hard on you. So make sure you have the right support. Now we're walking our knees back together. And then we're walking them out again. And then we're walking them back together. So once again, as you walk them out one last time, are you thinking about pushing one knee or are you thinking about pulling one knee? And then pause where you are and walk your left knee, only your left knee, and move it inward until it's very close to the right knee. And now begin to actively push the left knee into the ground, driving it down into the ground like a piston. And then as you push the left knee down, feel how the right knee becomes unweighted. Feel the movement of the pelvis. This is the movement we've been doing. Forward and back movement, one side of the pelvis into the front of the feet, one side moving away. And now as you do that, would you push your elbow away? So from the previous lesson, you push the elbow away as you lift your knee. And see if by rolling onto the left side of yourself, the left side of your front, you can start to lift the knee higher and higher. Let the foot rest on the floor so you can pivot through your hip and bring the knee forward. Pivot through your hip and bring the knee forward until you get to the point where you're over the edge of the corner of the front of the couch. So notice how all of you rolls away to allow your knee to come up. Also notice how much you're digging into the ground with that left knee. Great. Next time your knee is up, just pull it up into a nice comfortable position and just rest there. Belly sleepers like to sleep this way. This is also sometimes the way babies fall asleep when they're climbing upstairs. You have a marvelous opportunity now to breathe into your back since your belly and your chest are restricted by the cushioning in front. So let yourself open the ribs in the back of yourself. Think about an accordion. Good. Let that knee down. Come to the floor with that knee. Turn everything to the other side. Right arm is long. Left elbow is bent. Head is turned to the left. Begin walking right and left in place. Right, left, right, left. Do you like the idea of lifting one knee or do you like the idea of pushing one knee? What seems more efficient to you? What seems like it's less work? Then start to walk the knees apart gradually, gradually. And together, gradually, gradually. Feeling the front of the pelvis against the front corner of the couch. Walking out, one more time, staying there, and now walk your right knee inward. The left knee stays where it is. Your right knee comes in and in and in until it's close to the left knee. And then you begin to push into the ground with the right knee, driving like drilling for oil. down into the ground. When there's an action, there's always an equal and opposite reaction. Well, that is what's happening right here. When your right knee pushes, your left knee lifts. That's because gravity also provides you with ground force, the force to move away from the center of the earth that is equal to the force that draws us to the earth. So now as you continue with this, push away with your forearm and your left hand. So you begin to not only lift the knee, but you begin to roll in the opposite direction. So you have more room to lift your knee up a little higher and higher. Rest your foot on the floor. Don't lift your foot. Keep your knee close to the front of the couch so you can climb up the face of the couch with your knee until you can reach the corner. The higher you go, the more you pull your knee forward so it can go over the lip of the front of the couch. Take your time to get there. Rest when you're there. Bring your knee up higher. Breathe into your back. Notice how comfortable your neck is. Come down with the left leg. Both palms down on the couch. Lift yourself up. Come onto your back. Lengthen your legs. And just have a sense of your pelvis. Maybe your lower back feels a little flatter. Maybe your hips feel a little more even. And now what happens to you when you slide one heel away and the other? Feel how it moves all the way through you, up into your head. That you've created this coordination between what your feet, your knees, your hips, your spine, your ribs, your shoulders, your neck, and your head do. And that's why this little movement of the heels now creates so much sympathetic movement, so that the whole orchestra is now playing with the soloist instead of just the soloist playing by itself. Bend your knees, stand your feet, roll on to your side, come to standing so that you can bring this into your vertical life, sensing how it feels to come into standing. Turning to look around yourself, feeling the kind of buoyancy and integration that you feel. We'll stop there. There'll be more next week. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.